And we're back here at Pro League. KT is up 2-0 against Samsung Galaxy Con. Looking to end the night pretty quickly over here. In fact, we already had a 3-0 from SK Telecom and the other telecom company over here. And their pro gaming team is looking to finish it off.
Indeed, Valdez. Well said, I have to say.
Yeah.
As we go into the next match, it is going to be live versus Gear. And I am so excited, my friend.
Moonglade, you forgot your pin.
I did. It's in my bag, actually.
Oh.
I need to put that on, man, because my favorite boy is playing. And look at that. 6 people voting for life over Gear.
That's pretty insane.
It's
you know,
insane.
that was the only 6-0 of the night. And it really shows what people still think about life and how good of a player he is.
Yeah, well, he has just done so much. You know, he has won so much. He was last year's champion of BlizzCon, defying all odds. And how can you not vote for this guy? Look at him.
Look at it. Unfortunately, his versus Protoss, not the best matchup, at least in Pro League here.
That's right.
Compared to his other matchups.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. It is a tricky matchup for Zerg at the moment. You know, they're still kind of feeling it out since the Swarmhost nerf. Life was a fan of the Swarmhost when they were, you know, in power. So he had to kind of change up his style. Very aggressive Zerg player, nonetheless, and he no doubt will be on a map like Vaani as well. And here is Deer. Viva la vida.
Yeah, man.
Coldplay, man.
This song.
Don't like Coldplay much. I'm just a hater of old songs.
You
today,
are
man.
today.
I'm
I don't
so
know
sorry.
why.
I didn't even know.
I like this song, Moonglade.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of got burnt out on Coldplay. That first one they did, the one where he was on the beach. You remember that video clip?
No?
That's all I remember of the song. Deer's actually been on a bit of a win streak, man. Defeating Tang Tang, Classic, and Lasira in his last 3 games.
Yep. The biggest one there, of course, Classic. Tang Tang, you know, a win's a win, but not the most impressive one there. But for sure, I mean, this guy is getting his groove back. We call him pretty inconsistent overall, but he's finally beginning to find a bit of a snowball here, get it rolling, but he may just hit a wall here against Life. It's going to be a hard matchup coming here.
Yeah. Well, going to be getting to it in just a sec. It's going to be interesting to see what Deer has planned for Live. Vaani Research Station.
It's going to be a long map. Zerg players such as Biel, they love to abuse that gold base.
We haven't seen that actually much from Life in the past either, so let's see if he's going to dabble in that today.
Let's see what he's going to do on this map. It's going to be Life versus Deer. Deer's the last hope here for Samsung Galaxy Con in Game 3. Here in the north, in the red for KT Rolster, our Zerg player, it is Life.
And in the bottom center, it is Deer.
That it is, man.
That was like way too quick, Valdez.
Yeah.
Threw me off, man.
Zooming through these intros.
Oh, man. It's kind of cool there. I like it. You get straight to the gameplay.
Yeah.
And look at that. A slight advantage for Life in the community polls.
Pretty funny because KT, we talk about it a lot. They have I think the most active fan base of all the StarCraft 2 teams. And they usually love to vote for that. So even so, Deer, pretty close to Life here. I was kind of surprised that no one went for Deer out of the casters. All 6 of us going for Life.
Yeah, he's kind of just been so hit and miss though. We've always had we've kind of had faith in him again, then he's lost again, and well, you know, he plays such great games sometimes, but not always.
Yeah.
Sometimes he has real disasters of games.
I remember you played against Flash on this map, and
that is right.
He just got rolled over.
Same positions too, right?
Yeah.
That was a bit of a mistake.
That game was a mistake, man.
That
should have never
mistake,
happened.
Man. I remember that game. Yeah, that was a rough one. But, you know, it is Life. Now, let's see what Life has planned. Where's he going to throw that expansion? Looks like he might be going for that gold base after all.
Yeah. Taking a page out of the Biel book of Zergs. He's going to go for it here. Let's see how Deer responds. Looks like Deer himself going to go for a bit of a fast expand. Looks like Nexus first. down there at that backdoor base.
Nexus first. Okay. So no scouting anytime soon. I wonder if he's going to even suspect Life to be going for this kind of gold base shenanigan style. We just haven't really seen it from Life in the past. Usually has his own styles. But I mean, this map, there is kind of limited things the Zerg will do, I guess. There's one of those builds, and the other ones are kind of, I guess, like two hash before pool in other positions. And Life's going to go for that. Going to take that outside one as the third.
Ultra greed here from Life against Deer.
Perfect choice, considering he went for Nexus first.
Yeah. And Life didn't even scout.
No, he
didn't. He's just doing this blind. It seems like he's got a read on Deer somehow. Or maybe he's just playing greedy in the face of Deer, saying, like, oh, I can beat this guy either way.
Well, it's always going to be a risk going this kind of style because it can get shut down pretty hard if that's a forge early. But it is a lot rare to see a forge early on this map because you can block the ramp off with the gateway cyber core.
Yeah. Very nice scout there from the probe. If he's paying attention, he should know there's a reason those drones are transferring. They're going somewhere.
Yeah, he would have a fair idea what it is. It's very common on this map. He does scout that pocket natural. Nothing there. It's a great sort of great sort of base to leave open for that fourth base as well. I mean, get the creeps bed around that third and fourth. Oh, sorry, natural and third. Gold base being the natural. Get it out in the map and then get for the 7th and 8th gas. Way behind in that base.
So he will confirm that. You'll see the base of Life.
Yeah, generally we see like Stargate is the answer to this kind of style as well, as we have seen in the past.
Yeah, who's that? Classic who did it against Biel on this map. The double Oracle just cleaned up the entire gold mineral line.
Crushed his face, his soul. Yeah, he lost like 16 drones or something to those two Oracles.
And all because he ran the drones away from his queens, right? And he had no Spore Crawler, so.
Different sort of reaction from Deer there. Going to be throwing down that forge early.
No, looks like it could be just a quick third base here. Also possibly, just a bit of an aggressive play. You could bring back the old days, maybe go for a bit of a 6-gate all-in +1, something like that.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Could be a way to abuse that gold base.
Could be a way to do it, or, he simply could just be going for a very quick third base. We could see maybe 2 more gateways go down, gets that +1, and just goes for the third.
That's the thing, I don't see the gateways just yet.
Yeah.
And Life is going to see this. He's going to see that forge, but here we go. We are going to have this Nexus coming down.
Yep. It's a very quick Nexus. Wow. And even that Overlord scouting the forge not even upgrading yet. Despite having the money and gas to do so, just choosing not to.
Yeah. Seems like Deer just wants to go pretty late in this matchup. He's like, okay, you want to go greedy with me? You want to go late game? Fine. Here we go. Very, very early third base. If you insist, Life.
You insist, Life. Very well, sir. And Life, I feel like this is also a big mistake because of the way Life has been playing his games lately. Like, he's been a very greedy Zerg for some time. Kind of since he's joined KT, he's been really applying more greed into his style. And this is like one of these games where Life has chosen to be extremely greedy. And he's kind of playing into that. So Life is doing everything he can to just get out as many drones as possible. He's on 51 right now. He's nearly saturated every base in terms of minerals. And he's looking great for this mid game. And I think we should see like a bit of a lair timing from Life whenever he chooses to throw down that lair.
He's going to go double upgrades with melee upgrades here.
Okay.
So may commit to a bunch of lings.
Going to be a lot of lings. Now, the only other thing I could see from this, or one tell as to what his plans might be, is if we start to see a lot more queens be added in. We're seeing like more and more queens kind of be added into the mix here while he's making these lings, getting these melee upgrades. Maybe he wants to go for that late game, Queen Ultra style. Could be another choice. Not a bad choice.
Yeah, maybe, Life wanted to come out on this map to face a Protoss. He maybe assumed that Deer would come out because he's found a way to deal with that late game Protoss, and maybe we'll be treated to that tonight. I think if there's one Zerg to do it, it'll probably be Life.
Yeah. Life getting that fourth base, getting a macro hatchery. Just everything is up and running at this point. It's kind of rare that we see Life actually get away with being this greedy as well. He's actually been able to do whatever he wants to this point.
Yep. Deer, the only harass he did was that one stalker before her speed was out, just poking the queen. Didn't even kill it. That was it.
That was it. And it looks like we might see like a Blink Stalker Sentry timing. +2 being chroned out, plus the Blink. A lot more gateways being added, going up to 4 more. So he's going to be around 8 gate.
Yeah, and at the same time, back at life space, he's going to go for Spire and Infestation Pit.
He's got to be careful here. You know, he can't just sit on links to defend against this either.
Yeah. You think he's going to go Infestors or just quick Hive?
I think Infestors.
I think he's going to need it to hold off any kind of push here.
Yeah, he will not be able to get to Hive before the attack happens.
Yeah.
He might not even be able to get Infestors before the attack happens, to be honest.
It's kind of scary thought.
It is. And he's going to save up the 2-2 very quickly. And let's see if Pathogen Glands start. There we go. All right, it's on the way, and 2-2 on the way. Still, you know, he's running out of time. He's going to have to make a lot of links to deflect this first attack and maybe try and force Deer to move back on the map while these Infestors get energy, get Pathogen Glands far long enough so we can actually start making these Infestors.
There's a bit of a drop coming in here for Deer. It's going to be 4 Zealots. When that hits, actually, he's going to have his Dark Shrine finish, too. Yeah. Very nicely timed to drop. It's going to be pretty hard for Life to deal with.
It's actually pretty dangerous. Life has no static defense just yet. It started making it now in that pocket natural.
3 mutas on the production tab. That is specifically to deal with these drops.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I like this 3 muter style. Life's already picked up on this War Prism, so no damage is going to get done just yet. And look at that. 6 Infestors on the way. 2-2. A third of the way done. He's going to commit, actually. Oh, that burrows. 1 HP.
Oh, and he cancels the warp in.
He just do the job. Oh, he gets a good scout on these Infestors, which is a very important scout if he's going to move on to the creep like this. This is purely to cut the creep in half, deflect it a little bit. And these Infestors are looking for it. He does have a recall, though. There we go.
Has to use it. No way you could have fought that one.
No way, no how.
4 Dark Templar going straight to that gold base. There's only 1 Spore Crawler there for detection and no units.
Well, it's going to be if Live is looking for it, but I very much doubt it. Let's see where he heads.
8 Dark Templar on the map right now.
Wow.
Deer committing so much to this.
He really is. Oh, look at that fungal right before the base.
It's pretty beautiful.
Going to help out and help clean this up, but if they actually get the Spore, big problems.
That's the question. Will he be able to? No is the answer.
Now the third base is going to be in trouble. 1 more on the way.
Yeah, it needs to get the fungals here. No detection now. In the meantime, a greater Spire being morphed in the face of the Dark Templar.
Fungals should be enough to help them DPS down. He gets rid of them.
Yep, just barely. That Spire going down to 314 health.
Look at the supply difference right now. 50 supply lead for Life. He should be looking to do some damage here. His army is insane. He's got 2-2. He's got so many lings.
He's got Neural Parasite on the way.
He's got Neural Parasite on the way. He's got 147 lings right now. 147 lings, Valdez. Look at this. That's a lot of lings, my friend. And he could actually fight this army. If he had his Infestors in place, he could crush this army. And I want to see Neural on that Colossus.
And yeah, I think he's just going to come in here and get a nice fight. A lot of the Protoss army pretty bunched up.
Oh, that fungal, beautiful. Holding everything back.
Great fungals, but great force fields at the same time. Nothing to break it just yet. No ultras. More fungals coming down, and Infested Terrans being thrown over the wall.
Oh, those Colossus doing a lot of work there, but the Lings are overrunning, and with those Infested Terrans, I think it's just going to be overran, or at least a great trade for Life.
Yep. Great trade. Trading a lot of energy for this and a lot of cheap lings. I think he's totally fine to take that trade. No Neurals.
No Neurals just yet, unfortunately. But I mean, he's got time to do it. Yeah, I got faith. He retained all his Infestors. He's got about 10 for now. Yeah. Maybe 11. And
we got Bruise on the way. There's no sign of even like a Stargate on the map.
No, he doesn't have really anything for Broodlord besides Blink Stalkers. There's actually nothing else. And Blink Stalkers can do the trick if there's enough of them, if there's enough to buff for them as well, help them deal with the Lings.
Yeah.
Well, 2 DTs are going to look for some damage here once again at that gold base. They're not going to find anything.
Deer has committed so much to the DTs, but they barely got any damage done. There was that one time at the third base where he got 12 drones. That was about it. And that's not enough damage for over 10 DTs here.
Big run by into the main base.
Uh-oh.
And that's going to do a lot of damage. Same time, massive warp into that pocket natural as well.
Yep. That pocket natural will be very hard to defend. But at the same time, a lot of damage being done in the main base of Deer. But I think more being done over there to life space.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering who actually comes out ahead here. Looks like the Live hasn't taken... he lost 21 drones and there's still a ton of Zealots left over. It's a bit of a problem here. I mean, what is Deer going to do against these Broodlords?
Yeah, not much. He's going for Storm right now, which kind of tells me maybe he's going to hope to storm down a bunch of them, get a good blink, get a good position. But with this many Infestors to lock down only 9 Blink Stalkers, and he's got 8 Broodlords, it's going to be really hard, I think, for Deer to fight this army straight up.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a nightmare.
Nice little run by once again from Deer. Not much in position just yet. The Infestor's trying to help out.
Gold's coming down. Yeah, he's not going to take too much damage at this gold as well. This is very smart from Deer, though. Buy as much time as you can. Deny as many bases as you can as well. Constantly keep the Zerg on defense. And look at this, even more Zealots have been left over in that gold base. They might even do some damage.
Yep. Definitely could. At the same time, push coming down here. Life sending more Lings for a bit of a counterattack.
I think it might be time for Life to start making that move. He has a pretty scary mass of Brewlords at this point. 11 right now. And 15 Infestors.
Another run by coming in there. Dark Templar added in. Ooh. Forces out a recall there. Gonna have less energy for that fight. Finally cleaning up the Zealots. His life.
Only for now. You might want to try, if any Life had a bank, you know, he's kind of all in at this point. If he loses this army, he might just lose the game. This run by, though, once again, is going to really put the Protoss out of position.
Everything's going back into the main base. The only thing that's here is a bunch of cannons and 6 High Templar by themselves.
And this fourth base looking in big trouble. It's going to go down before anything actually happens. Got to be careful of those feedbacks.
There it is, and Storm on all the Broodlords. This is how he's chosen to deal with it.
Well, he's got to blink forward as well if he wants to. Life really buffering for these Broodlords with nothing but Infestors right now.
Open a big blink forward right underneath those Broodlords. Is there enough to buffer for them? I'm not sure. And all the Colossi in the back survive.
Yeah, I'm not sure at all. I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, but, you know, all those Corruptors from the other side are really wiping out the remaining of the AoE.
Yep, those Corruptors a lifesaver, and just not enough Stalkers to take out all the Broodlords of Life. So all of that AoE kind of go down for Deer here. He's got only Stalkers now. Yeah, he's got to pull back, buy a little bit more time, wait for these Ultras to come out, and then there will be no chance for these Stalkers to blink forward. Looks like Deer's going to take full advantage of the retreat. Get rid of the remaining. Yeah, pretty expensive there. 3 Broodlords, not bad. But like you said, Life, on that same line of thinking, just wants to wait for his Ultras and take another good fight. Because Deer lost a ton in that fight, and Life knows that as well. I think one big follow-up attack from Life should do it. Deer not looking in a great spot right now.
Yeah, that's right.
Finally, he's got a Zealot to defend. So no more run-bys coming through.
No more run-bys now. This army is kind of unstoppable at this point with no 4th base up for Deer. Behind an economy, he can't really afford to switch up his tech much. He's got 4 Templar and a bunch of Stalkers, and what is that going to do against Ultra Broodlord? Not much at all.
He's going to need a miracle. A lot of those High Templars out there in the middle of the map, kind of in danger. No cancel on that Nexus. You can tell Deer is really feeling the pressure right now.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that army count. It's like still so many Infestors. You know, 10 Infestors, 11 Broodlords, 4 Ultras, 3 Queens.
Yeah. You know that burrow was so key to this entire game, actually, from Life. He kept his Infestors alive the entire game.
Yeah, it's true. It really was so important. If you go Infestors, you have to have burrow, or they can just get picked apart so easily. And very smartly, Deer really putting out this army out of position. Nice feedback, but not enough.
Yeah, and at the same time, some really nice bungles on a lot of those Blink Stalkers. Ultra's getting to work now. Deer trying to make good work of his Stalkers, but he's losing so much. Another really nice, good bungle to follow it up.
Yeah, he's losing everything at this point.
And they're all out of position, and he's making only more Stalkers. It's all he's got.
Well, that's good for one more bungle if he wants to, if he's paying attention.
Best of turns instead.
Well, got to be careful as well, you know. They can kite these ultras pretty easily and shoot them down. So with these links to help out, it's going to be a bit harder.
Deer desperately trying to hold on.
Gonna get down the Cyber, man. There's no more Stalkers going to be coming out.
Yeah.
Got to be careful of the blink forward, and that's it. Here we go. Blink forward now.
Ooh, and bungles on everything. Just too much stuff here for Life. Looks like Deer is going to be shut down. Everything going down. All the Stalkers.
Everything going down. Yeah, 50 supply lead for Life now, and he's in the production line. He's ransacking the base. There's nothing to really stop these Brutals at this point. No Cyber Core. Not even one on the production tab. He's just essentially given up at this point.
Yep, just desperation right now for Deer. He was in that key spot, the anchor position for his team, but could not bring it through here against Life. A very dominant Zerg, able to do his job. GG.
Sicking them right to the bottom, Valdez, as an anchor does.
Yep. 3-0 once again. 2 all kills from 2 telecom companies that are very dominant this time around.
Looking unstoppable, actually. Life looking fantastic that game. That's what happens when you let Life play a macro game after being on KT for this many months. You know, he's actually becoming pretty fearsome.
Yeah, that was scary, man. I would not want to play against Life.
Flash doesn't have to play against reality, unfortunately. It would have been fun to see Flash play again.
I would have loved to see that mech v mech on Deadwing. Would have been a great game, but unfortunately, maybe next time you get to see Flash play. There you go. Bit of a fast one here, ending tonight.
Yeah, pretty quick day indeed. And oh well, it's the way things are, man. Sometimes they're just a little too strong.
Yeah.
Samsung, you know, they've had a bit of a rough year this year, and not too surprised they ended up like this against KT when they're coming out in full force. Really great to see TY play again and play so well. Zest, you know, playing his great late game PvP, and Life given the chance to play that hardcore macro Zerg that we've been seeing a lot from him recently, but not much with Zest until today, really.
Yeah. Deer, you know, I hate to say it, but he wanted to go toe-to-toe with one of the giants of StarCraft 2 right now, and it just did not work out. I don't think Deer's really on that level just yet. No. Kind of not really working out for him here in that game against Life, at least.
No, definitely not. But still, pretty entertaining game overall. As we see the match results, TY, Zest, and Life taking it.
Yeah. Solar, unfortunately, goes to 1-12 now.
Man, it's kind of insane how much he's been losing.
Yeah. The early loss streak of the century.
He was like such a top Zerg player last year as well.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
truly was.
Yeah, it happens. I guess you burn out. It's kind of a hard to come back into it like that. You know, like after such great success, you come back to career and you're in the hottest leagues in the world and you just get picked apart.
And you just try to push it over and over, practicing so much, but you just can't make it work. Look at this. Life actually joins the #1 ranking players here. The winners ranking has 13 wins now. It's a match with Maru, Bjell, Hero, and himself.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's great to see Life up there. 2 Zergs tied in rank 1. Who would have thought?
Stats doesn't come out today. He's got a big match coming up. And Zest gets his win, so he does get that 12-11 score.
Yeah, he's making his way back in. I guess one more win and he'll be tied up there, but he'll be the last place ranked 1 player.
What if we end Pro League this season around with like 5 or 6 players tied?